Epic comebacks, upsets, heartbreaks, and more, and that's just in college football this week. Stay tuned for more after this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching. I'm glad you're watching. I'm Caroline Haney with 5 Things Sports, bringing you sports highlights for the week of August 28th through September 3rd. I hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. Now let's get to it. First up this week, college football was back this weekend, and boy did it not disappoint. As many of you know, most Power 5 schools like to start the season with a smaller school that they actually pay to play in their home stadium. And usually it looks like defending national champion Clemson taking on Kent State this weekend. They went on to win 56-3. But occasionally there is a little school out there who comes up with a big upset, and that actually happened twice this week. First up this week was Liberty University taking on Baylor in the Battle of the Baptists. Liberty went on to win 48-45 and actually got their classes canceled today for it. I know that campus was just on fire just with all the excitement. And Howard University took down UNLV 43-40. Howard University is actually led by quarterback Kalen Newton, who is younger brother of Panthers quarterback Cam Newton, and he was definitely looking like his older brother this weekend. Congrats to Howard University and Liberty University. And for number 2 this week, we're going to move on to epic comebacks. After leading 44-10 with just 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter, Texas A&M went on to give up 35 unanswered points to the UCLA Bruins to lose 45-44. UCLA quarterback Josh Rosen led the Bruins in this epic comeback, capping it off with a fake spike touchdown pass to tie the game, and then the extra point put them ahead with just about 40 seconds to go. Obviously, Texas A&M head coach Kevin Sumlin's job is probably on the line at this point. We'll keep you posted in the coming weeks as to his job status. And for number 3 this week, we've got epic heartbreak. The headline game for Saturday was Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Florida State Seminoles. This was the first time the number 1 team and the number 3 team played in week 1, and the game really lived up to its hype for the most part. Alabama was ahead 10-7 at half and really didn't pull ahead until late in the third quarter. Towards the end of the fourth, it was pretty clear that the Florida State Seminoles were done. That's when heartbreak really struck for the Seminoles as quarterback DeAndre Francois went down with a left knee injury. We now know that he tore a ligament in his left knee and is out for the season. It was just a heart-wrenching thing to watch as he was taken off the field and then carted away from the fans and everybody. Our thoughts and prayers are with Francois, especially as he goes through surgery later this week, and then we'll have a lot of rehabilitation after that. And number 4 this week, moving away from football and onto tennis. The 137th U.S. Open kicked off this week in New York City. The U.S. Open is the final event of the season for tennis's Grand Slam tournaments. A little drama in New York this week as the USTA granted Maria Sharapova a wild card slot for the tournament. This was Sharapova's first tournament back after serving a 15-month ban for doping. Wimbledon runner-up Venus Williams is actually the only U.S. Open winner left in the women's brackets. Nadal and Roger Federer are both left in the men's brackets. However, they both won't make it to the finals as they're in the same side of the bracket. We'll keep you posted on how that turns out. But most eyes this week have been on Sloane Stephens. Sloane Stephens has actually been out for about 11 months due to a foot surgery, and in this tournament alone she has jumped from 957th to 83rd in the World Tennis Association World Rankings. Everybody loves a good comeback story, so I know many are rooting for her this week, and again, we'll keep you posted on how she does throughout the rest of the tournament. And number 5 this week, some worrisome news for soccer fans. U.S. men's soccer lost to Honduras Friday night in a World Cup qualifier match, putting them in jeopardy from making it to their 8th straight World Cup in 2018. The men's hopes are not completely dashed as they travel to Honduras to play on Tuesday. If you want more information on their chances of making it to the World Cup and what they need to do to to qualify. There's a link in the description below that lays all that out for you. And in overtime this week, a feel-good story that I just could not leave out. The USC Trojans kicked a field goal to cap off their win against Western Michigan on Saturday. What's so exciting about that, you ask? Well, it was snapped by Jake Olson, who happens to be blind. Jake Olson has been associated with the Trojan programs since he went blind as a young kid, and he has actually snapped before in spring games, but he has never snapped in a real game. The snap was good, the kick was good, and I know that will be a memory that lasts him for a lifetime, and just an incredible thing to watch. So congrats to Jake and the Trojans on a win and a memory for all of us. That's all for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time on 5 Things Sports channel, I would love it if you would subscribe and stay tuned for more. Let us know if we missed something this week by commenting below. I'm Caroline Haney, and as always, I'll see you next week.